Ever get stuck in a conversation with a chatbot that feels like it's moving through molasses?
Yeah.
Or maybe your virtual assistant seems to take forever to figure out what you're asking.
Yeah, we've all been
It's
there.
like, come on, I need an answer here.
Right.
Well, it all boils down to this thing called inference, that moment when AI has to actually use what it's learned and make decisions in real time.
Yeah.
Because that's the exact battleground where this ambitious startup called Groq is taking on the reigning champ of AI chips, Nvidia.
You're totally right. And, while everyone is caught up in the hype of training AI, feeding it tons of data, it's actually inference that brings AI into our daily lives.
It's like the difference between a self-driving car knowing the rules of the road
Exactly.
versus actually navigating through rush hour traffic.
It has to think on its feet.
Exactly. Okay, so inference is like the street smarts of AI. But how is Grok, this startup, planning to outmaneuver a giant like Nvidia in this arena?
Well, NVIDIA built its name on GPUs, those graphics processing units, incredibly versatile,
Uh,
super powerful. They can handle a ton, from making those crazy good graphics in video games to processing huge amounts of data for, like, scientific research. They were the obvious choice for AI, especially in the early days of training AI models.
so then where does Grok fit in? Are they trying to make like a better GPU?
Not exactly. Grok saw a chance to specialize. They realized that the way language models process information is fundamentally different. It's sequential, like how we string words together. GPUs aren't really designed for that. So Grok created a completely new type of chip that's fine-tuned for this, called the LPU language processing unit.
So instead of a Swiss Army knife, it's like a really, really sharp chef's knife.
Exactly. Perfect for the exact job it needs to do.
I like that. A chef's knife going up against a Swiss Army knife. But does that specialized approach actually give Grok an edge in the real world?
It really does give them an edge. One of the big things Grok talks about is the speed of these LPUs. We're talking over 500 tokens, those bits of language like words or commas processed every single second.
Okay, so for those of us who aren't like fluent in AI jargon, what does that actually look like in the real world?
Imagine a chatbot that can actually keep up with you no matter how fast you type.
No more of that annoying lag.
Exactly. It's like having an actual conversation, almost like a human on the other end. That's the kind of jump in user experience they're going for.
500 tokens per second. I can't even imagine typing that fast. But all that speed, it's got to use a ton of energy, right? Like data centers are already notorious energy hogs.
That's a huge concern, huge. And this is actually where Grok's focus on specialization pays off. Because their chips are laser focused on just language processing, they can be incredibly energy efficient.
So it's like a Swiss Army knife might be handy,
Right.
but all those different tools make it bulky and complicated.
And that takes extra energy. Grok's LPUs are streamlined for one purpose, so there's less waste.
So faster processing and they use less energy. Sounds like a win-win.
Yeah.
But if Grok is so revolutionary, why haven't they taken over completely? Why is NVIDIA still top dog?
It's not just about the hardware, right? NVIDIA's been around building up a massive software ecosystem for their GPUs. All the tools, the libraries, the frameworks that developers use, they're all built for NVIDIA's platform.
So it's like they provided the building blocks and now everyone's used to building with them.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So Grok has to convince these developers to switch over to their platform. Plus, NVIDIA still has a strong hold on AI training. Training still needs that raw power that GPUs are known for.
So an uphill battle for Grok. But it sounds like they've got a real shot with these LPUs.
They do. And it's not just about being faster or more efficient, it's about making completely new things possible with AI.
Like what kind of future are we talking about here? So we've got Grok shaking things up, making big promises about speed and efficiency, but NVIDIA is not going down without a fight. It kind of feels like we're about to see a clash of the titans here.
Yeah.
But for folks like me who just want a chatbot that doesn't feel like a relic from the Stone Age, what does all this actually mean?
It means get ready because AI is about to get a whole lot more interesting.
How so?
Imagine like virtual assistants that don't just understand you but actually respond like a real person would.
No more of those canned responses.
Exactly. Or think about customer service chatbots that can handle your questions without making you jump through hoops.
Okay, now that's the future I'm ready for. But those sound like pretty big leaps. Grok's tech can really deliver that.
Absolutely. And it goes even further. What about real-time translation that gets all the little nuances of languages or personalized education software that adapts to how a student learns best?
Wow. So it's not just about speed, it's about unlocking a whole new level of AI, something way more sophisticated. But where do Nvidia and Groq fit into all of this in the long run? Is it going to be like a winner-takes-all situation?
I don't think so. NVIDIA's not just going to sit back and watch. They're constantly innovating, coming up with new GPU architectures, even teaming up with big names in the field to stay on top.
So it's more like this competition is pushing the entire field forward.
Exactly. That's a good thing. It forces everyone to up their game. Ultimately, that means lower costs and more innovation, which benefits, well, everyone.
So even though they're going head-to-head, it sounds like we all win in the end.
That's the beauty of it. Makes it pretty exciting to be following all of this.
You could say that again. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the battle brewing between Groq and Nvidia, a glimpse into the future where speed, efficiency, and specialized hardware are changing how we interact with AI. And as these companies keep pushing the limits, who knows what incredible breakthroughs are just around the corner. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.